going to take you back 1 year. Not 10, not 5, not 2. I'm going to take back 1 year. Okay? I'm going to take you back to March 8th, 2022, right? And a part of MBS's new rollout is that it's going to reform a lot of the laws, right? To make it more progressive for women, right? So they issued the personal status law. It went into effect June 18th, right? And it was signed off by Crown Prince and the Saudi government officials, toting that the law was progressive and that it was, compassionate, but the problem is that this law codified and enshrines male guardianship. What it did was it kind of gave a little bit of fancy little, it's like throwing glitter on garbage and saying, look, it's shiny, right? All we got in the last, I don't know, what is it, 2023 now, and I was there 10 years ago. All we got in the last 10 years was we got the ability to drive, but there's conditions, right? We got the ability to travel without male permission, but you have to use the Apshare app, and the Apshare app is fascinating because now, instead of filling out the paperwork and then your dad has to sign or your husband saying that they agree that you can travel, and then your dad or your husband or your guardian has to take that down to the Ministry of Interior to get it approved, and then they stamp your exit reentry visa, which is a visa that says you're allowed to go and you're allowed to come, and it tells you how many times you can go and come in a certain time frame, right? Now you can use an app, and you could apply for a visa through the app. It goes to the Ministry of Interior, so you apply, it goes to the Ministry of Interior, they approve it, but they also do something else on the way. They inform your guardian. Your woman is applying for a visa, and just so you know, and so he gets informed. The breakdown here is that women are allowed to travel without permission, which what they really mean is that women are allowed to apply for visas without permission, because you can travel without permission as long as he doesn't stop you somewhere in the middle, because he's going to have a nice red button that says, no, she's a runaway, bring her home. Police will come and pick you up and take you back to your house because you should be obedient to your family and your husband. That's in the law too. Obedience to the husband. Ooh. And you're required to be obedient to your husband. His financial support upon you is contingent on the wife's obedience. What is obedience? Most of the laws in this personal status law that's been released, most of the laws are so vague in their administration that it's all left up to the presiding judge. Now, you think about that, a presiding judge that has such a vague construct to work with. Basically, you're relying on whatever he feels like doing that day. Dressed like a man, prison, 3 months, 6 months, not showing contrition. Beg for forgiveness. I didn't mean to. I put on my brother's throat because I had to answer the door, and then I saw the cat was running away, so I went to grab it, and I didn't mean to. You are forgiven. Off you go, freedom. Right? I mean, it's crap. It's bullshit. If MBS wants to redo his country, he needs to start with redoing the laws. He needs to start by getting rid of male guardianship and giving women permission to have equal rights. Period. End of discussion. I mean, these laws are ridiculous. The fact that men can divorce their wives without impunity. Easy peasy. The only right we have, which is new in the last 10 years, that we get to be informed. And he can do it with a text message, and we are thus informed. You're divorced. Guess what? No financial support, your children are gone, blah. Now, let's say he gives you, the court grants you partial custody of your kids, right? You get partial custody of your kids, right? And then you decide you want to remarry after divorce. Well, guess what? Your husband can have you deemed incompetent. Incompetent. Written right there in black and white. Deemed incompetent. And it doesn't even say what he has to do to say that you're incompetent. He can have you deemed incompetent if he thinks that the person you're going to marry is not in the best interest of the child. It doesn't even specify what best interests are. Best interest could be he doesn't want your kid being raised by someone that he doesn't agree with because he's pissed off that you made him divorce you. There's a lot more in here, but we'll go over that at a later date.